We've become a great body of people that never knew anybody, never knew each other 2 years ago. I'm Bill, I'm the Vice Chair, and our vision is Mind the Gap.
I've been living there 13 years. This April will be 13 years. My kids they've played outside about 3-4 times, I would say.
I'm Shazad. I lived in Grange Farm for 25 years.
Yeah, I'm John Harvey. As Ken says, I work with Raj, part of the One Enterprise team. We've been working with the residents.
Hi guys, I'm Zainab. I've been an intern for Raj for about a year now.
Hello everyone, I'm Cora. I work for L&Q, but I'm not going to talk to you about L&Q today.
Good evening everybody, my name's Paul Wilson. I work for a registered provider called East End Homes. Unsurprisingly, we work in the East End of London.
No, it's my home borough. It makes a difference, makes you feel different.
Can I just start then by saying how we are grateful and we do welcome our two distinguished guests this evening. Nick Powell is the Divisional Director, and the leader, Satin Shah. We are grateful that you're able to come, and we hope it's one of many more that you'll be here. Of course, Glenn we know well, and Alison we know well. We love Alison, don't we? The steering group, we do have obviously still fears. We have hopes, but we still keep a vision. And we're trusting eventually that vision will blossom, and we will have what we, in our minds, have thought we were going to have for over these 2 years, which is, we've been together for over 2 years. Do you realise that? It's been quite a journey. It's been great, actually. We put a lot of hours. I'd like to know actually how many hours we have put in, but we put a lot of hours in practically every week. And I think one of the good things that's come out of this, apart from the regeneration, which of course is the important thing, we've become a great body of people that never knew anybody, never knew each other 2 years ago. I didn't know any one of you 2 years ago. You probably didn't know. You were just passing the street, and that was it. And we collectively, it's been great, and we're hoping to continue that. As we all know that everything is changing, particularly in social housing, which is a challenge. We know it's a challenge to the council. They haven't got an easy job. We realise that. We argue with Alison and those of our associates, and we do understand that it is difficult, and we're living in difficult days, and probably more difficult days. Coming back to what I said a little earlier, whilst we have had disagreements and differences, we have, at least we hope we have, always tried to stand by the council. We've had problems and issues, but I think we have resolved them over time, and we trust that this will continue, because there's still going to be more difficult issues ahead of us. But we're looking to the council to work with us as we will work with them. Now, so what's the minimum requirements that we're asking for? Basically, in return for the efforts that we put in, the hours we put in, all of the activities that we are trying to gender within the community. Last year we had a fabulous summer event for the children. Was it over 200, was it, that were there? And it was brilliant. Luckily, keep praying for this, will you? We hope we have a similar lovely day as we had last July. It was a beautiful day, and we're hoping to, well, in fact, we are not hoping, we are going to have, God willing, the same thing this next year. But we want and we request the full support to the steering group of the council. And can I just say, last but not least, I want to mention Raj and the ITA. Without him, I can assure you, we wouldn't have been as far as we have got. He and his organisation, his company, and those who help him have been an absolute boon. I mean, we haven't got a clue about redevelopment, about regeneration. What do we know about things like that? Ask me about tailoring questions or double glazing, and I'll give you answers. But nothing to do with that. And it's been, he has gradually pulled us through, and we trust, council, we trust that this will continue. Right, going to hand over now to very special friend Bill, who is my vice chairman, who I could not do without. He's not only my bodyguard, but he's brilliant.
I'm Bill, I'm the vice chair, and our vision is Mind the Gap. I lived on the estate for about 3 years, and even though I moved off because of the regeneration over 12 months ago, I've kept within the group and support the group as best I can, and I'm at every meeting. I'm very committed to the elderly people, and especially the youth on the estate, the new generation coming through. This is what we're building this estate for. So I'm going to speak to you about our approach and our vision. So our approach, as you can see, if you look around, is like the United Nations for the first thing. It's not a strictly one denomination group. Everybody is entitled to be in our group, and everybody is welcome. There's 18 volunteers like steering group members, and so far we've put in excess of 3,500 hours altogether. It's for what's best for the community, not personal issues. Personal issues do come up, but it's all about the community, what's best for everybody. And obviously working with the council and their partners. And we want this rebuild to be the best redevelopment in London, without any shadow of a doubt. We want ours to be the best. So we've been working with the council, and we've been working really hard for almost 2 years, and collectively we've done lots of different things. We've done team building, recruitment and selection, reviewing policies, mock interviews. We had Wayne Hemingway came and talk about different ways of regeneration. That was very helpful. Antisocial behaviour. There is a lot of antisocial behaviour, but the council's helping us deal with it all the time. We had a nice gentleman from the council come and talk to us about the new rents and the way the structure would be done for the rents. And a lot of the steering group went on a tour of different new builds that have been done by other councils. One of them was Green Man, and it's been very helpful to us. Building confidence. Standing up here like I am, not everybody can do it. And we've managed to get a lot more people able to come to the front and talk or even ask questions that couldn't do it before. We've had consultation events where we spoke with the council have been there, and with their partners, and we've managed to get the residents from the estate as well to come to those events. Now, our vision is not a small vision. It's not for 1 or 2 years. It's for the next 5 to 10 years, the next generation that's coming through. And we want to make sure the commitments are kept. The best neighbourhood in Harrow. And that's what we want, a neighbourhood, not just a building. We want like a community. The best development in London, a home for everyone and a great place to live. A happy and safe neighbourhood. Everybody deserves to live in a happy and safe place. So we presented to our vision and our suggestions to the council back in January 2016. We identified 4 key areas which are on the screen: design and development, community network, social enterprise, and management plus. We finally got a response and a plan in March 2017, and this is a very positive step because it's not just a plan. The council have put a lot of effort into making this, and it's something we're working with them all the time. And we thank everybody for listening, the support and the commitment, including the council and all of the steering group members. Thank you very much.
So back in 2015, as you can see, it was nice and clear. No rubbish. We did have a bit of rubbish, that's a lie. But not as bad as it is at this moment. So if you can see the difference, clear to what it is now, it has got a lot better since we had the clear up. What's happening there is it makes it horrible to live in an area like that. You know, when you're coming home and you don't feel safe either. and it's a lot of dirt and everything. You don't let your kids play outside either. I've been living there 13 years. This April will be 13 years. My kids have never, they've played outside about 3-4 times, I would say, because it's just, as you can see, it's not safe. But thank you to the council for doing all the clear up. And we know it's not the council, it is the people that live there, and some of the people that don't live there that decide to dump their rubbish in our areas. Part of the reason for that is not blaming all the travellers, because some of them are nice, but we have a few clans of travellers which are causing trouble in the area. So they're picking rubbish probably from other houses, getting paid for it, and they're dumping their rubbish out there as well. So, like I said, again to the council who have started helping with the clear up and everything. So hopefully it will last. Cross fingers to everyone. But that's it.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shazad. I lived in Grange Farm for 25 years and last year I moved away, but we intend to move back once the regeneration is complete. Everything we've achieved is all thanks to everyone in the steering group, One Enterprise, HEFTRA and the council, especially Alison. Some members take time out of their busy schedules, work and illness to participate with the group with the intention to build better lives. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm John Harvey. As Ken says, I work with Raj, part of the One Enterprise team. We've been working with the residents. I'm going to recite 3 poems, not poems which I've actually composed. They've been written by residents on the estate, and they've been chosen as to sort of give you a flavour of current sort of state of mind and the psychology of people living on the estate. Well, I hadn't seen them myself till last week, and they struck me as very good. And I say that as somebody who got a grade A at A-level English, so there we go. I'd be quite proud if I'd written these. So the first one, through the looking glass. Through the looking glass, what do I see? A new Grange farm before me. Children playing all around. Oh, what a wonderful sound. Can you hear the sound of the band? Architecture, so grand. Can you hear the sound of the birds going tweet, tweet? I want to move my dancing feet. The council we recommend for making all new friends. This is great to see, but it's only through the looking glass we are free. So I don't know, that's very good, isn't it? I don't know who that was. I live on Grange Farm Close. I live on Grange Farm Close. All I feel is remorse. My community is smashed to bits. The council is not getting on with it. Will they make a community, or will it be insanity? The loss is great. Everyone feel nothing but upset. Please, someone, help us to survive. Yeah, next one. I think this is like a Frank Sinatra inspired one, this one. So I guess it gives an indication of the age group. It's called Fly Away With Me. We are ready to go. Our bags are made. We are waiting for you. Our flight's delayed. Families and friends are excited. Come and join us in our joy. Wonderland is just over the horizon. The future's bright for us to enjoy. From our balcony vantage, we will see our children play, noisy, fun-loving and carefree. So come on and join us. Our bags are made. We are waiting for you. Our flight is delayed.
Hi guys, I'm Zainab. I've been an intern for Raj for about a year now. And working on sort of Grange Farm has been the main project that I've been working on. So I'm just going to talk to you about a little project that we're going to start on the estate, and it's not going to be done by me personally. He has another intern who couldn't make it today, so I'm sort of just filling in for her. So we came across this book called 60 Bases of Harrow, and in it is you'll have someone from Harrow with a picture of them, and they'll say something about their life or a story that they have from living in Harrow. So we thought we could sort of use that and have a 50 Faces at Grange Farm and have some residents as the people that we have in the book, and use some of the residents on the rest of the estate who would like to be a part of it, and sort of turn it into its own book and maybe put it online or publish it. And we thought it would be a nice way to sort of capture everyone living on the estate, and you see how different people are, but how kind of similar we all are as well. And so yeah, that's just a little project that we are doing.
Hello everyone, I'm Cora. I work for L&Q, but I'm not going to talk to you about L&Q today. I've been a town planner for 10 years. I am here today really because I'm really passionate about regeneration, and I think it's really exciting to see a community working together to shape their neighbourhood for the future. So I guess you're wondering what a picture of a lady with a lot of hats has to do with this. My interest in regeneration started with a hat. So that actually said hat on it. I went to primary school in the middle of a housing estate that was identified for regeneration. And one day, a group of people from the Housing Action Trust came to see us, and they gave us some cool hats, but they also gave us a presentation about the regeneration of the estate, and they asked us for our ideas. And so, as a 6-year-old, I was really excited about drawing up my first proposals for an area with lots of replacing stairs with slides and flying cars. But when I look back on that experience, what really inspired me was how it impacted the people. So all of the children in my school were suddenly very excited about the future, and all of the people in the community were really positive about the proposals. And over the years, I've watched the estate change. It's been completely redeveloped. There's new high-quality homes, new spaces, an award-winning community centre. And while it still has its problems, for a lot of people, it's completely changed their lives. Their quality of life has dramatically improved. They feel safer, they feel pride in their homes, and they feel positive about the future. So really, it's about, for me, that's what inspired me to become a town planner. But it should really inspire you to work together as a community. And regeneration takes a long time, but all of your effort is worth it in the end. It will transform your life, it will change your neighbourhood for the better, and it's worth everything you put into it.
Good evening everybody, my name's Paul Wilson. I work for a registered provider called East End Homes. Unsurprisingly, we work in the East End of London. So I'm here tonight to talk to you about one of my passions, both personally and professionally, using open spaces for more constructive ends, being a bit green, as they say. So I visited your estate recently with Raj, and I was struck by, you've got some nice quality trees and some open land, but I didn't really see any signs of activity. Something I've been working on for many years with East End Homes is making spaces more active. I would see that, yes, we need bins, but also potentially that's a space that could support better purposes, such as community food growing. That's a great passion in the East End of London. I noticed some fine allotment sites on my way up here today on the tube, but often those spaces are fully occupied. Whereas on your own estate, if you've got growers that live on the estate, a modest little space like that could become a real support for people. Community food growing, we find, is a great hobby to promote. It's good for our health. It's good to make new friendships with people that we might not know. And on the next slide, you see, whether you're young or old, whether you'd like to grow carrots or callaloo or hoodoo or pumpkins or anything, anything is something that's shared and common. So there's a few, there's many benefits. I know this because I do this in my own life, in my own time, on my own allotment. So it's a great way of getting residents together. It saves people money. We live in an era of welfare reform. If you can save 10 quid a week, that's a great benefit for some people. It's good exercise. I don't get a lot of exercise, as you can probably see, but it's a sort of exercise that you can do at your own pace. You don't need any expensive gym membership fees, and you haven't got to sort of body build. You can proceed at your own pace, so it's something that's accessible to all of us. As I highlighted earlier, it's a good way of using underused open spaces. Sometimes on some of our estates we find open spaces are used for less beneficial purposes, whereas when you've got adults or children playing or using those spaces, they become safer spaces. It's a nice way for staff and residents to get on a bit better. Sometimes, as I recall in previous roles, sometimes it's all about repairs and chasing up staff, whereas this is all very, very positive. It's a nice agenda for residents and staff to work with together. It's cheery stuff, and we need more cheery stuff, I think, personally. Look at those. Now, there's something profound about this, because I was sent this by one of our residents. She was so excited by what she'd achieved. She decided to share that with me, and I think that's really, really good for staff to be more involved with their residents and what they achieve. There you go. Look, that's how cheery it gets. These two people never knew each other. They got to know each other through growing vegetables. I'm not even sure what that is, to be honest, but they ate it and they told me about it. So it's a great way to recap, to save money, get healthier, get some exercise, etc., etc. Working at your own pace. It's good for our mental health. It's a good stress buster. And importantly, it's not rocket science. It's about growing rockets potentially, but not rocket science. It isn't difficult. Plants do want to grow, and it's great fun. The great rewards for what you put into it. It's not for everybody, I hasten to add, but for those that are interested in it, it's a very good thing to help provide. It's simple, but there's a great satisfaction. Look at the happiness on that lady's face because of what she's grown. Additionally, something I've done a lot of is planting daffodils. Daffodils, again, are quite cheery things. I think at this time of year, it's nice to be greeted by flowers. To be frank, I don't think I saw too many flowers on your estate, which is a pity, because they look so very, very nice. And importantly, having more flowers supports biodiversity opportunity that we should worry about. Fundamentally, they look nice. A few years ago, when I started doing this, trying to fill our estates with flowers, I got a phone call from one of our residents who was most upset. She said, "Paul, those bloody kids, they're picking the flowers. What are we going to do about it?" So I thought, oh, that's, it might just be that the children were innocently exploring something they might not have seen before, sadly, flowers. But then I mentioned it to a colleague, and they said, "You know what it was yesterday, don't you, Paul?" And I struggled to remember. It was Mother's Day, of course. So the children were picking flowers for their mothers. So I rang the lady back and said, "Don't worry about it, we'll plant more, and then they can pick them to their heart's content." These are really important, these cornfield annuals, because that's like a packet of seeds. It ain't even going to cost much money. You just got to want to make your world a better place. So the beauty of that is it hasn't got to be there forever, but you could do that now or next month, and some of your open spaces could be filled with flowers. Those areas be filled with bees and butterflies and create a nicer thing for people to look at. And I've got a couple of resources as well. In Tower Hamlets, we love our vegetable growing so much, we've even created a cookbook. Look at that, that was done by a resident. So there's all manner of different recipes in there that I can share with you. And additionally, you don't need acres of land to create a good harvest. In this book here, in a square metre or 3 square feet is in Imperial, you can pack in loads and loads of vegetables and have the benefit of sharing those with your friends and neighbours. So thank you very much. Who would like a book? Special offer tonight?
It's very difficult to be Chantel, for those who've met Chantel. She's a character and a half. Really to say, we've been working on this project now for 2 years? Over 2 years. And really, hand on heart, you know, John's been in the game for a long time, working on some of the most challenging estates in London. Chantel works in Haringey or Hackney. I've worked in Ireland, Glasgow, on a lot of regen schemes. And, you know, we've had the best fun here. You know, it's my home borough. It makes a difference, it makes you feel different about the neighbourhood. But honestly, we've come across some of the best residents in terms of commitment and giving their time. But we appreciate it. There's issues for our residents. Limited capacity in terms of we'd like them to do more. I'd like the residents to do more. People got 2 jobs, health issues. We have a number of carers amongst us. But I think what we've got over the last 2 years has been really phenomenal. I'm really, really pleased with the contribution. Challenge, I would say, is, you know, we can't do regen without community engagement and empowerment. And that's the thing that was kind of missing. I think it's kind of recognised. There's an action plan. We're going to move forward with it. It's the only place where we've funded any of us as an ITA. We've funded certain initiatives just to get them off the ground. The fun day was going to happen whether the council or anyone's contributed. We were going to make that happen with the residents. The resident wanted it to happen. We made it happen. And it's been a great thing. Same with the art classes. We've got to get this stuff off the ground. That vision that Bill shared about the next 5 years, 10 years, it can be done. Can be done. But those little sparks, Cora, thank you for that contribution. It makes a difference. Those little initiatives, hopefully some of those young kids will go on to do something more interesting. Hopefully we'll grow our own. But we are still excited. You know, we look forward to this project going forward. It's been delayed. But I thought today was fantastic in terms of sharing some of the positive stories, sharing some of the challenges. The great news is that actually some of the things we've been asking for, the Section 10 consultation is going to take place. You've got the Estate Regen Fund, which is fantastic news for the council. You know, you need those kind of resources. The pressure's on, and everyone in this room recognises the council is under financial pressure. The best news is the action plan. Really, to develop a clear action plan that brings different parts of the council, brings different services together, and with kind of clear targets. That's going to move the project forward. It feels positive already. You know, this year we've seen a step change. You know, I speak for everyone, John, Chantel. We want to be part of this process. We want to be part of Grange Farm, whatever it looks like in the future. You know, it's our home borough for most of us. So we're really pleased to be working on the project. And that was a short, sharp. Chantel would have done a better job, by the way. But there you go.